How you doing, folks? It's your friendly neighborhood something spooky guy James here, and I saw Evil Dead Burn today. Now, I'm an Evil Dead fan from way, way back. I really love the Raimi era, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and I really love the Fede Alvarez 2013 Evil Dead. I loved the new direction that went in, the darker, more visceral type of horror. A lot of psychology in there. I loved Evil Dead Rise. I thought that was absolutely tremendous. I didn't care for the design of the Necronomicon in Evil Dead Rise with the weird, like, alligator gar teeth for some reason on the But who cares, right? So there has not been an Evil Dead movie or show, because I did enjoy also Ash versus the Evil Dead. I loved that. I like just about any direction that Evil Dead goes in. So for me, going to see Evil Dead Burn was just like I walked into it with high, high hopes and zero expectations, because I know that they're going in different directions and they're trying to do different things and forge different ground. So you can't walk into these films with any type of expectation, except for that one very, very important expectation. The expectation that the film that you're going in to watch is a film that you walk out of it thinking, okay, and not, there is no reason for this film to exist. I'm not going to give you plot spoilers. I'm not going to give you really any kind of a spoiler. I'm just going to give you my take on it. And I encourage you to go out there, go to the theater, go to the drive-in, do whatever you got to do. Get it on streaming, whatever you got to do, and see that movie and make up your mind for yourself, okay? My opinion is just that, And I'm the something spooky guy. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to say this should be your opinion too. All I'm doing is giving you no spoilers, no plot or character spoilers, but just my takeaway, I should say. The first, and again, I'm not giving away anything, but within the first 5 minutes, you'll realize that they are trying to get you with cheap thrills. This blood and guts routine. And okay, that's a staple of horror. That's a staple of the Evil Dead series. Problem here is that it didn't feel like a cinematic experience at all. It felt like, from the first 5 minutes, in fact, all the way through, like a cheaply made 90s made for video kind of movie. You don't care about anyone. You don't, this, you know? And it's like, when a writer makes you not care about the characters, you're just kind of like, ugh, buy them, Like, okay. Oftentimes that's because generic type of, writing. And it just kind of became like we're trying to fit some Days of Our Lives episode in with Evil Dead, and there's just, and it's like they try to grab you and they try to make you care about these people, but they only do it for about 30 seconds, and then they expect you to be like, whoa, they're going through it now, uh-oh, and they just, the writing left a lot to be desired, and not only through the development of characters. Really? And again, you go see it. You go, you sit in the theater, or you go to the drive-in, and you make your own opinion. But, I don't really think that it would have come across as poorly as it did if it were a made for streaming or made for DVD or Blu-ray kind of film, you know. The fact that it got a theatrical release, the fact that people thought that it needed a theatrical release, you know. I'll say that there are people who are not Sam Raimi, the original creator, who do know and get what Evil Dead is and what it could be or should be. They get it somehow, and they have done a great job, you know. This was not, and hey, another Evil Dead film, this one a prequel, is coming next. And I really hope that this outing doesn't sink that. Because above all, I think that it's okay to have an outing that was, you know, it just didn't do it for me. You know, it didn't scratch that itch. You know what I'm saying? In fact, it was so bad, I was scrolling through Facebook. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. It happened. You know what I'm saying? And even just having to hear it in the background of scrolling through Facebook, I'm hearing everything and I'm picking up everything. And I'm just like, this is just the most ignorant. So, hey, that's my opinion. You go see it. Let me know what your opinion is. I'm glad that we can have these type of discussions. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. Stay spooky, America. And let's all look forward to Evil Dead Wrath. And this is going to be, as I believe I mentioned, a prequel to the original film. So hopefully this little speed bump is what I'm calling it. And you might call it a highlight. I mean, it might be that that's what audiences universally decide. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I can only tell you how I feel. And right now I do feel let down, unfortunately, by Evil Dead Burn. But Evil Dead Wrath is on the horizon. I hope Burn doesn't sink any kind of momentum or anything like that might have, because I can't wait to see it. So, again, stay spooky, America. Thank you, guys. And we'll talk to you again.